Yeah, it's been a while since I did one of these things called a video. Now, that's because I wanted to take a little break. You know, my birthday's coming up. Happy birthday to me. But also, I wanted to take the time to actually finish some games that I had on the backlog. Now, you know me, I love video games. Sometimes I'll play older games that I've already played. Sometimes I'll play newer ones. Maybe sometimes I'll play new games that came out this year that I just haven't gotten to yet. So that's what happened. I actually decided to play Halo Reach for I think this is like my third or fourth time now. But this time was a little different from the other times. I wanted to do my first legendary run of Halo, of any Halo game. This Halo Reach was my first legendary run that I've done it for any of these games. Now, the reason why I wanted to do is because obviously, I told you guys already earlier, I've read the book Fall of Reach, banger. The Halo game, banger, even though some people might not agree because they've retconned the books and stuff like that. I don't care. I still enjoyed my time. But also, because the devs themselves from, I think, what was it, Bungie, back when they used to own the, like, rights for Halo, they said that playing it on Legendary was how it was intended to be played because it really shows how the Covenant human war, how it was. Like, put yourself in their shoes. That's what they were experiencing because of the difficulty of trying to fight off, basically extinction. I'm not going to really just like throw all this information at you of like what happened in every individual mission. What I will say though is that the way I had to play was so different from how I usually played. Now, usually, I'll play with my assault rifle, my Magnum, whatever. I'll just run through. It's easy, right? Their shields aren't that strong and stuff like that. Put a couple shots, boom, boom, they're dead. You can even just run around these enemies and just assassinate every one of them when you're playing on normal or easy. Now, Harden, you might not be able to do that, but it still doesn't really pose a challenge that much. Legendary, your playstyle has to change completely. I mean, talking about taking cover, making sure you don't get hit as much when your shield depletes. Don't fight, wait for it to recharge. Make sure you know where all the health packs are so you can retreat to those areas. It's a rough gameplay style. I'm not gonna lie. You basically permanently need to have some type of plasma like based weapon and mainly just a plasma pistol constantly in your loadout the entire playthrough. And then you have to pair it with either a Magnum, the DMR, or I forget which is the sniper for the Covenant one, but it's the Needler rifle, I think it is. That one. Those three weapons paired with the energy pistol, or the plasma pistol, I'm sorry, bro. That's going to be your loadout for the rest of the game. Don't even bother using any other weapon unless it's like a rocket of some sort or some type of like turbo explosive. Even I'm not gonna lie, even the like Covenant based launchers were not good in this legendary run through. Cause man, I was struggling. Even with that, I would put like 4 to 5 of that yellow launcher. I forget what it's called, but I was putting like 5 shots into an elite, and they just, dude, their shields didn't even pop. I was like, dang. If I had to say which were like the hardest levels to get through, there was 3 moments where it got really hard. And I'll say this, one of them wasn't even that hard. It was just me not expecting that, like, how to play against that. So I'll go with the first two, both flying missions. I'm talking about with the Saber rocket, I think it is, or the Saber program mission, the Oni base, and then you have to go into the ship to drop off the bomb. Basically, the mission that George dies in. Not when you're on foot, but when you're flying the actual ship. That mission was rough. Now, for that, how I got through it was there's a lot of debris in the area of space that you're basically flying in. So I picked one big tube-looking like structure, and I just played around that the whole time and killed everything. That was hard. It took me like 4 or 5 tries. Then we get to the next one where basically right before Cat dies, when you're flying, I think in the Falcon, that mission is rough because they don't even give you like a spare Falcon to like drive or pilot, I mean. So you basically have to make that one survive the entire mission. Unless, there is a second one flying around, but you have to get lucky with them landing at least for you to even be able to swap so you could get some fresh health on it. That was rough. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't take me a lot of tries, but man, the way I had to play was so scary. Like I was just, it was rough. And also too, there was that one part in that mission where you had to get that cornered Marine team. It was in that nightclub, and there was 4 hunters there. That was cancer. I'm not gonna even lie to you. That was pretty cancer. But I got through it. That wasn't really that bad. Now, the one mission that I say wasn't really that hard, but it was just, it had me change my playstyle a little bit from the already changed playstyle. That was when, I think this was before anybody died. Like, I think this was the mission before George died, where you basically lead this assault team with, you know, a fleet of Marines. You're blowing up the spires that are basically putting up these like EMP bubbles. That mission. Now, I think you're paired up with Kate for this mission, if I'm not mistaken. But essentially, leading up to this, you're basically blowing up these like little battery thingies inside the spires. And this is not the big spire I'm talking about. This is like one of these like mini ones. You blow it up, boom, it explodes. Now, in one of these spires, I think that was the first mission that we meet the flying bug covenant enemies. Let me tell you, I didn't expect them basically be so accurate while they were flying. I thought I could just sidestep their shots. Nuh-uh, buddy. Nuh-uh. Them boys had me on a leash. I swear. I think what was I was riding in this it's not called the Seraph, but it's similar to a ghost, but kind of like, I guess, like a burgundy color. It's something like that. I forget if it's a Seraph or not. I could have sworn a Seraph was the flying mission one, but that thing. Not that blue one, though. The like burgundy-ish one. Burgundy purple. Those things destroyed me. Those 3 missions were... That was the most rough time I've had. All the other ones, it was me just, most of the time, just being in cover. You know, very time-consuming, very patient play style. So... It wasn't really that bad, but man, having to rewatch all of my favorite characters die again after doing some of the hardest content in that game, that actually did hit different. I'm not going to lie. It hit different. I'm actually happy that I went through this on Legendary. A lot of people, you know, usually say that like Legendary is the way to play. You know, Halo 2 Lasso or Halo 2 Legendary is the hardest. I don't think I'll ever get to that. I'm going to be honest. That means I actually have to play Halo 2. Not that it's bad. I think if Halo Reach wasn't my favorite or me being so biased, I would actually think Halo 2 is my favorite Halo. But man, it's just dated gameplay. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. That's what I've been doing. I'll see you on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.